Dear sisters and brothers, salam alaikum. It's really an honor, great pleasure to be among you. And yesterday we spoke about finding God in our lives. And today, inshallah, we'll talk about finding ourselves, self-knowledge. And I hope, inshallah, it would be beneficial. I'm also very excited for the second and the third part of today, in which I get to hear your thoughts. But for now, unfortunately, we have to listen to me. For the next, inshallah, I think the time they've given me is 3 to 4 hours. That's how it's going to feel inside. Even though it's half an hour, it's going to feel like 3 hours. When will he finish? But no, inshallah, it's literally 30 minutes, hopefully. How are you feeling, by the way? Is everyone feeling well? Tonight, I hope everyone relaxes. The discussion we have is very important, so we need to be fully here. And I also, as you see, didn't wear my suit. I wanted to be more comfortable because the discussion really requires all of our attention to be here. So one of the interesting things about us human beings is that we very quickly identify with what's around us. Assalamu alaikum, with your permission. We very quickly identify with what's around us to the extent that we think that's part of us. Those of you who, for example, have implanted teeth know that initially the first few days when you get new teeth, it's like, oh, what is this thing in my mouth? You feel it's foreign. But after a few days, you don't even feel it. It becomes part of you. You really feel like, no, that's part of me. You don't even realize that, no, there's a new tooth inside. So this is one of the good features we have, because imagine if you wanted to always feel like there's a part of like a new thing in your mouth. It would be weird. So one of the good features humanity has is that we very quickly identify with what is around us. So I see some of the dentists are smiling. It would be great. I hope I'm not mentioning anything wrong. Even, it's very interesting. Studies show, I was reading a study done by some cognitive scientist, that we kind of even identify with our cars. That's why, as human beings, we are so good at driving. They've done studies that for the good drivers, the dimensions of the car becomes part of the psyche of the person. So the person feels inside if the corner of the car is going to hit or not. Right? Which is, again, a very amazing feature that our cognitive machinery is capable of. Whenever we are around something, slowly, it becomes part of us. A lot of you may feel like when you're driving, the way you feel, you have an inner sense of if the car is going to hit something or not. Initially, when we're at early stages, we have to keep looking or with the sensor check. But slowly, you feel it. You feel inside if the car is going to hit or not. This is obviously an amazing feature, gives us so much power. This is the reason why, as humanity, we've managed to use so many technologies, use tools. But it also has a problem that we get tricked into thinking things are us that we're not. In the same way that I said, if you get a new tooth inside, they implant it, you think it's yours. The same thing has happened to us with this beautiful body that God has given one to every single one of us. Because we've found it around us from the moment we were born, we started thinking this is who we are. So I'm taking it one step farther. In the same way that when they put a new tooth, we thought, oh, slowly, we got used to it. We thought that's ours. At some point, they have given us a body as a tool to use, but we started to think, oh, that's me. I am the body. Why? Because we have this feature that we identify very quickly with what is around us. And so when you want to even value yourself, you do that by comparing your body to the body of others. Oh, look, that body is that way, my body is this way, so I am... What happened? What has happened is that we've identified with the body. And if you look around yourself, and if you look at your own life, you see that most human beings are living their lives not as a soul, but as a body. Most of our time is spent on taking care of the body. You take the body, and of course that's very important because this body is a gift from God. So it's very important to take care of it. But if this is all we are doing, it means that there's a whole other part of us, which is actually the most important part of us, that we're not taking care of. Just look at the things we do in a day. We take this body to the shower, we wash it, we make it nice, we cut its hair, we give it food, we allow it to sleep, rest now, your back is tired, go on a comfortable bed. We do all of these things, but who are we doing it for? We think we're doing it for ourselves. But the body is not all of who we are. It's a tiny part of who we are. But if we spend all of our time taking care of the body, what about what we actually are? Who we actually are? Where is that? And slowly what happens is that, as the Imam tells us, we even forget who we are. So it's not that we know who we are and we're not taking care of it. No, we completely forget. We lose any idea of who we are. We completely identify with the body and forget there's anything more than that. This is an example that a lot of men may relate to, but I'll try to give other examples too. Slowly, men, when they reach a certain age, some of us will slowly see, oh, the hair is going. And a lot of people who are still not used to the fact that, Baba, you are not this body. The body comes and goes. It's a gift to come travel in this world. It's a beautiful gift. It's a vehicle to explore this world, because in this world, it's not possible to go and do so many things. Inshallah, in the Q&A, if we have time, I'll talk about why we were given a body. That even that is out of love. It's there to help us. But if we think this is all we are, as soon as certain things start to get weaker, we see, oh, the knees are getting weaker, my back is starting to hurt, my hair is starting to go. If that's who I am, if I am the body, and now the body is getting weak, the body is losing its hair, it's a crisis. I am losing the most important part of me. I can't run like I used to. One of the comedians used to mention a very beautiful joke. He said, when you're younger, whatever wound you have on your body heals so quickly. But as soon as you reach a certain age, when you get a wound, it takes months for it to heal. Like I remember when we were teenagers, we would play football, and at the end of it, we would count. Like, oh, I have 16 wounds today. How many do you have? 17. Oh, damn it, I wish I had more. And we would sleep. Tomorrow, nothing. The body would heal so quickly. But now I've reached 30. If I sleep too much, I'll hurt myself. Like, the body has reached a place where even if I sleep too much, like, oh, my back is hurting. I've slept too much. If I think I'm the body, obviously that's a crisis. Oh my God, I've lost my youth. What's going to happen to me? So a lot of the suffering we have is around this. When people want to get married, that's what they're thinking about. Bless, a while ago, a lovely soul messaged us and said, I'm so worried. I'm getting to know a person to get married, but this guy, all he thinks about is that he wants a wife who is this way, he's got this certain amount of curves, etc. Why is he always thinking about the body? And I was like, yes, honestly, that's such a shame. Our marriage is not the bonding of two bodies. It's the coming together of two souls. So I said, yes, that's very sad. Inshallah, we get to a place where people don't think about these things. And she said, no, I don't want people not to think about these things, because I actually want him to be that way. I want him to be tall. I want him to be this way. I said, you don't like it if he treats you as a body, but you're treating him as a body? So you can see that we have forgotten ourselves so much that even when we want to join, we want to start a family, all we're thinking about, we're checking measures of the body. I'm not saying everyone. And I'm not judging, by the way. If you see, no, that's actually what I'm like, I'm not judging you. Bless you. It just means that we need to remember who we are. And you can ask anyone who is married after a few years, if the measures you had in mind were measures of the body, you're going to have problems. Because in few years, what you need in a relationship, you start realizing it. You want to be understood. You want to be heard. If you did something that was nice, you want to be appreciated. You want someone that gets you, someone who hears you, someone who sees you. And all of these things are the needs of the soul, not the needs of the body. You know, in this verse that our brother recited so beautifully, God says one of the signs is that I created from yourself a partner, لَتَسْكُنُوا إِلَيْهَا. So you find peace and sakina next to each other. Sakina is a feature of the soul. Bodies can never give each other sakina. Right? But because we have forgotten who we are, when we want to look at a partner, a lot of the times we may forget what are the things I need to look for. And believe me, many people tell me that after marriage, they just started realizing, oh, what was important, what wasn't. So, not only we do that to others, sometimes we do that to ourselves. You want to see what kind of a partner you are, you're like, no one will ever want me. I'm this way. I look that way. No, why would anyone be interested in me? All people will be interested in you because you're a beautiful soul. You can never measure the value of who you are by looking at your body. The body is a gift. So the problem we have is that we have identified with the body for so long that we have even forgotten who we are, how much value we have. And this is why if you look at the ahadith of Imam Ali alayhi salam, we have so many hadiths that comes to self-knowledge. Now, if you recite the salawat, I'll mention some of it. I feel like as long as I don't drink my water, the lecture hasn't officially started. So now I had my water. Water. There's another word, I'm trying to use it today. I'm going to put it somewhere in the talk. I hope I say it correctly. So, because we have forgotten who we are, so many things happen to us. Imam Ali alayhi salam has a hadith that says every single problem you face in your life goes back to the idea that you don't know yourself. You think you are something that you're not. You think you're a body, you think you're a small entity, you don't know how great you are. That's why I'll mention a few of these ahadith. For example, Imam Ali alayhi salam has a hadith in which he says, he wants to wake us up. Because I tell you this, but it's very possible that you go out of this lecture, again you start living as a body. You forget it. Right? So Imam wants to wake us up. He says, I am so shocked. I am so surprised. You guys, when you lose your phone, when you lose something, you keep looking for it. How come you've lost yourself? You're not looking for yourself. How come you have forgotten who you are, but you're not trying to find yourself? Another hadith in which Imam Ali says, if there's one thing in this world you need to figure out before your time finishes, is to find yourself. Who are you? Have you met yourself? If you think this is who you are, it's so interesting. We'll talk a little bit about the signs the universe gives. God talks to us a lot, through the body, through the events in our life. God keeps trying to remind us, this is not who you are. And if you really open your eyes, you see it's so clear. Just yesterday, I'm going to be a little bit honest with you, because honesty is the only thing that can wake souls up. Yesterday, I was looking at the photos of the event, and I was like, who's that guy there? And I was like, oh, that's me. And I was like, when did I start looking like this dude? I was like, if I had seen someone like that as a child, I would never relate to him. Now I'm looking like him. But if you tell me, I'm like, wallah, that's not how I feel inside. Inside I still feel like a kid, but when I saw myself in that suit and looking serious with the beard, I was like, who is this guy? Oh my God. The body is not who we are. How many of us, when we actually look in the mirror, we feel like that's how I feel inside? Honestly, most of the time I look at the mirror, I'm like, bless, this is a beautiful gift, but that's not how I feel inside. This body keeps changing. I'm still the same person I was. I still feel the same way that I did when I was a child, but this body is doing all sorts of things for itself. It's growing, it's doing so many things, it's changing. It's turning into an adult that when I was a child I was scared of. I was like, look at these boring adults with their suits. And then yesterday I woke up, I was like, oh my God, I'm one of them. So one of the things that happens to us is that through all of this, God is talking to us. The universe is trying to wake us up. Oh, this is not who you are. Asan, is this how you feel inside? You're something else. This body is getting old. It's about to go. Do you feel like you're about to go, or do you feel like you'll always be here? I don't feel like I'll ever finish. My body is getting weaker, but I don't feel inside I'm getting weaker. No, I feel like I'm here forever. Through all of this universe, God is talking to you. Oh, this body is going to go, but you have an eternal journey ahead. You are so great. You are so worthy. You are so special. Allah, let's not talk a little bit about how even in the name of religion they didn't help us. And unfortunately, the way they taught us religion didn't really help us to understand where the soul. Religion had come to wake us up. Religion had come to tell us that you are way greater than this whole world. The soul that you are is greater than all of this dunya. But what did they tell us? Did they ever tell us, you're such a great soul, you're such a great being? No. But when you look at the ahadith, it's so beautiful. The hadith says, your soul is even bigger than heaven. Yani if so far they've told you you have to go to heaven, they haven't done it justice to your soul. There's a few hadith in which the Imam says, no, heaven would beg to have you. You are a creation of God that's greater than heaven. So the hadith says, if you use your life, if you use this soul and all you have gained is heaven, you haven't done good business. You can reach a level where heaven will come and beg to have you. Heaven is only the price of your body. The price of your soul is nothing other than God. So this is how special we are. But unfortunately, we start forgetting that. And because we forget who we are, we go through so many problems in life. We get hurt. I mentioned some of these examples. The body gets hurt, you hurt inside. Something happens to the body, you feel like something is happening to you. You go outside, you compare yourself to other bodies out there, and you may feel insecure. Or you may compare yourself to another body, you feel like you're better, you get arrogant. And even when we want to value ourselves, we value ourselves on the features of the body. But what is that person that you are? That being inside that is right now listening to me. What is that? Who is that? Have you met yourself? And then if I ask you, how are you? You start your answer by what? I am feeling that I. Who is that? Where is that? What is that? Who are you? Imam Ali alayhi salam in another hadith, he says, Al-ma'arifa nurul qalb. He says self-knowledge is the light of the heart. What does that mean? He says, before you start this journey of finding yourself, as long as you think you're the body, when you look inside, you can't find yourself because there is no light. Imagine if right now in this room we turn all the lights off, we can't see anything. Imam says, as long as you don't look for yourself, you can't see. You look inside, someone says, where are you? And honestly, can you show yourself to me? I said, show yourself to yourself. Where are you? You'll be like, I'm here. Now, I think that's your hand. Where are you? Inside. Inside what? And if we open this gate, we're not going to find you. We're going to see your heart. We're going to see your kidney. Where are you? Show yourself to yourself. Can you show yourself to yourself? Imam says no. He says before you start exploring, finding yourself, the nur is not there, the light is not there. So it's like you're in a dark room and you can't see anywhere. You close your eyes, you look inside and it's all dark. Allah, close your beautiful eyes if you want. Allah, if it doesn't, and it's an invitation, obviously. Those who can. Close your beautiful eyes. This is the inner world of your beautiful soul. You see, it's a little bit dark. It's not like you can't see. You can see something, right? You're seeing a dark screen. Maybe there's a few objects from the last things you were looking at, just, glittering there. Oh, Imam says, Alon, do you see how dark it is right now? You can get to a place where when you close your eyes, it lights up. Alon, open your eyes whenever you want. Imam says, Al-ma'arifa nurul qalb. Self-knowledge, looking for yourself, slowly, you start appearing. You start finding yourself. Along from where we are, in which we really don't know ourselves, and this shows itself, because we don't know where we are. And this, I told you, shows itself in so many ways. Masalan, sometimes we think if I have something, I will be happy. We go get it, it doesn't make us happy. What is that a sign of? Oh, you don't even know what makes you happy. Sometimes you're feeling upset, you don't know why you're feeling upset. How come you don't know why you are feeling upset? Isn't it you? When you start praying, you're like, okay, let me today remember God. 10 seconds later, your mind goes somewhere else. Isn't it your mind? Why is it not listening to you? All of this is showing that we don't have control over ourselves, because we don't even know who we are. See, we have control over the body. And when I tell the body to go up, goes, come down, it does. But what about the mind? How come the mind, we don't have control over it? Alon, masalan, can you, for example, spend 2 minutes focusing on one topic? It's almost impossible for most people. So the hadiths tell us that, there are 2 parts to your creation. You are a body. Even in the Quran, we have so many verses. Quran says your creation has 2 parts. You've got this beautiful body as a gift, but the more important thing is that Spirit of God that was blown into you, your soul. This body will grow. This body that we have, if you look at Masalan, we have these cute children around us, 5-month-old, 6-month-old. The body will grow. It starts at a certain level. It'll slowly grow. Then you reach 5 years old, 10 years old, 15, 20, 30, 40. The body grows. If we look at our life, the body has been growing. Have you ever seen a person who, for example, says, you know what? I'm stuck at the age of 18. I can't move to 19. No. Everyone goes from 18 to 19. All you need is for 365 days to pass. The body never fails to go. Yes, we may have some issues with our body, but no one gets stuck at their childhood physically. We all go from childhood, but the soul is different. The soul, if you don't help it, will not grow. The soul needs our attention to grow. The fact that right now we can't find ourselves, it means that we need to start spending more time with our soul. In the same way that the body grows from a child to a teenager to an adult and then to a senior beautiful person, the soul also slowly grows. And as the soul grows, which is actually who we are, so many things around us change. But the difference between the soul and the body is that the body will grow. Even if you don't feed it, it will grow, but maybe at some point it will stop. It will pass away. But it's not that it would be there and it wouldn't grow. But with the soul, no. If you don't help it, if you don't take care of it, it will remain the way it is. So you could be an adult, but your soul is this very young. Your soul still hasn't developed the things it should develop. Those who are here are doctors or optometrists or have worked with children know that the children, when they are very young, initially they can't see very well. Slowly their vision opens up, right? This is something that parents probably even know. They're excited. Oh, this is the age in which my child slowly starts seeing. The visions are first vague, then becomes clear, then it can only see a certain amount. The same is with our soul. The soul initially cannot see certain things. As you take care of it, its vision becomes clear. In the same way that the body of a baby initially cannot even see what's in front of it, slowly see, the soul as well may not be able to see even the things which are right in front of it. You may have a mother who is so loving, a friend who's so beautiful, so loving to you, but you may not appreciate them. Hasn't it happened to some of us that we lose a loved one? Maybe grandma passes away, or we lose our partner, or a friend moves to another country, and we're like, damn it, all these years I didn't appreciate them. I wish I could see them one more time. I remember we were on a plane from London to Iran, and on the plane there was a lady who had lost her mother. And on the plane she was crying, screaming, Mom, come back. I will light up the whole city. I will do whatever you just come back one more day. I want to see you. I'm not judging her. We're all like that. Sometimes if our soul has not grown, it cannot see what's right in front of it. Oh, Mom was always there. Mom was alive 60 years, 70 years. It's only when she goes that we realize. How many of us we appreciate our partners? How many times do we look at each other or our friends? I feel like, oh wow, you're here. Wow, missed you. How many times we live around people we don't even look, for 10 seconds, look at them. For many people, we are caught by surprise with our parents. We suddenly one day you look at your dad, you're like, oh my God, when did his hair start getting white? All those years, he was just there. We didn't appreciate him. We didn't see him. So, in order to be able to experience life more, there is so much here that we can see. But for that, we need to realize who we are. We need to open the eyes of the soul. We need to remember who we are. Because in the same way that the body grows, the soul can grow. And soul is the one that helps us see the beauty in this world, the love in this world. And right now, many of us, when we look at the world, what do we see? A world of loneliness, a world of anxiety, worries, pressures. How am I going to take care of my children? The culture is like this. Financial situation is like this. These are all the things we're seeing with our body. We need to start seeing with our soul as well. We need to start seeing the beauty. We need to start seeing love. We need to start seeing our connection with God. These are all the things we can see with our soul. To the extent that we take care of our soul, we can see beauty in the world. Otherwise, beauty could be right in front of us. Lovely people, lovely things could be right in front of us, we're not enjoying. You yourself are there, you're not enjoying yourself. Our scholars, who take care of their soul, has beautiful lines. Masala, one of them is even challenging wine. It's very beautiful. It says people go have wine to finally loosen up a little bit. It says wine should come taste me. If you know who you are, you cannot even contain yourself from joy. Alone we are in a society at large in which people are so desperate just to feel something. The world is so boring, 9 to 5 jobs, and then you come home, take care of children, you have to wake up again tomorrow, work, and there's nothing. People are so desperate just to experience something. You may do yoga for 1 year and say, what happens? Oh, it was perfect. After maybe 10 months of doing yoga, for 1 second, I felt like my ego dissolved. Oh, okay. But at least that's something. Life is so boring. People are desperate for something interesting to happen. Oh, I'm going to do meditation because you know what? After maybe 1 month of doing it, now I feel like the thoughts are clear. Very good. That's amazing. But is that it? The thoughts didn't appear. What next? Still, it's much better than where a lot of us are. I'm not judging those who meditate. I love meditation. It's a practice used by so many scholars. But I'm saying, look how far we are from who we are, that we have to go through so many techniques, do yoga, do meditation, or some people take substances. Maybe at one point we feel a little bit less stressed. Imagine if as humanity we have to take, for example, drugs to look at the trees and be like, oh, I'm one with the tree. And I'm not judging God, But I'm saying, do you know if you find yourself, you don't need that drug? All of the chemists in the room know that the body can always do what it does with the drug. And if a drug can induce something in you, you can do that yourself. There's nothing your body cannot do that it can do with a drug. That's why our scholars told us, if you really find yourself, if you really take care of the soul, the world changes. The world around you becomes different. Our scholars used to say, when we pray, when we go to our prayer and try to reflect on ourselves, we come back, even fruits taste different. You bite an orange and you're like, oh my God. Have you ever been, masalan, you look at an orange and you're like, oh wow, the color in that orange. What has happened? Our soul cannot see. We have lost the ability to experience the world. We have lost the ability to experience the people around us. We don't enjoy each other. Otherwise, if the soul starts to see, wallah, one person next to you, it's enough wine for you for the rest of your life. It's so beautiful to be next to a soul. Forget about them. It's so beautiful to look at yourself, to see what God has created. If the day you see yourself, the day you will have no worry for the rest of your life. You are so beautiful that when God created you, He congratulated Himself. He was like, look what I have done. That's how amazing you are. That's how special you are. And then you go around like, oh my God, are they going to judge me? Are they going to do that to me? What are they going to think about me? I said that. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Where is all this anxiety coming from? Because we have forgotten who we are. This is why Imam Ali alayhi salam says, كَفَى بِالْمَرْءِ مَعْرِفَةً أَنْ يَعْرِفَ نَفْسَهُ. One thing, just do one thing while you're alive. Find yourself. That's it. Nothing else you need to do. Everything else is a bonus. Just do one thing. Meet yourself one day. See how beautiful you are, how special you are. All the prophets have come to remind you of how special you are, of how precious you are, of how loved you are by God. And we didn't believe them. We just couldn't believe it when the prophets came to us and told us we're special. We couldn't accept it. How can I be special? We looked at the body, we looked at what we do, and we're like, how can this be special? What have I done? Because we couldn't see the soul that we are, that God put part of Himself in us. So when the prophet told us we're special, we tried them. Like, if we're special, then you got to prove it to us. They said, Wallah, you are special. We love you so much. And we did whatever we could to prophets. Look at the history of humanity with prophets. Every single prophet that came, we killed them. Not me personally, I mean humanity. Till it reaches the last prophet, it reaches our prophet. People start throwing stones at him, throwing rubbish at him. But he says, guys, you're doing all of this because you don't know who you are. I know who you are. And you are so beautiful that even if you throw stones at me, I still love you because I know what you are. The Prophet says, الناس كمعادن الفضة والذهب. People are mines of gold and silver. No matter how much dirt and rubbish you put around gold, at the end of the day, it's still gold. It says, no matter what you do, at the end of the day, you're a beautiful soul. And that will never change. And we didn't believe them. We doubted them. We tested the prophets. We tested the Ahlalbait. The reason why, at least for myself, our prophet is so special is that because some previous prophets, as amazing as they were, they gave up on their people. 60, 70 years they showed love, and at some point they regretted it. They go like, oh, I'm tired. I'm showing too love to you. I'm telling you you're special. You don't want to accept it. So he said, God, I'm tired of my people. But our prophet, God told him, وَلَا تَكُنْ كَصَاحِبِ الْحُوتِ. You're special, rahmatan lil alamin. You're the mercy to humanity because you are never going to give up on these people. After one of the battles, imagine it's a battle. The people, Prophet has come to them to tell them you're special. They come and attack him. They kill him. Then people around him. One of the Muslims goes to the Prophet and says, Prophet, curse them. He says, how can I curse them? إِنَّهُمْ قَوْمِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. He says, they just don't know. What is it that we don't know? Oh, we don't know who we are. We don't know how special we are. And they kept loving us. They kept loving us. The Ahlalbait kept loving people. Said one day they realized, Baba, the most beautiful person in the world is showing love to you no matter what you do. Maybe one day you realize. They would swear at them. The person goes to Imam Baqir, and says, Anta Baqar, you are a cow. Na'udhu billah. Imagine, goes to an Imam right in front of him and says, you're a cow. And he says, no, I'm not a cow. I'm not Baqar. I'm Baqir. Baba, why are you so loving towards them? Why are you so loving towards us? People killed them. They forgave their killer. Instruction 23 of Nahjul Balagha. What are they trying to do? Agha, a family has come, a prophet has come to remind you that you're so special. Even if you hurt us, we still love you. You throw rubbish at us, we still love you. Maybe at some point you start accepting that you're special. Because it's so difficult for us. We cannot believe that we're worthy of love, that God loves us. Even right now. Tonight you make a mistake, then you're like, no, God won't love me. Agha? Why is it so difficult for us to accept we're loved? Because we haven't found ourselves. We still don't know that God put part of His own soul inside every single one of us. And if you knew who you are, if you knew what you're capable of, you're a representative of God on earth. You're meant to be God acting in this world. You're meant to show love as you're meant to be the hands and legs of God on this earth. And then we have forgotten so much that sometimes we get so scared for an essay. Oh, what if the teacher doesn't like my essay? What if this person thinks, Baba? So this is why the Imam says, the key to the solution of all of your problem is to find yourself. And it's very linked to also the discussion we have, Man arafa nafsah, faqad arafa rabbah. The day you know yourself, you will also know your Lord. Because you are not separate from your Lord. Every moment, every breath we breathe, every moment that we're alive, everything we're seeing, everything we hear, every love we show, we are doing it through God. You are seeing through God. We don't have vision. Every breath, you are breathing it with the power of God. As in, you are not separate from God. Every moment we are living with God. So the day we find ourselves is the day we also find God. I think that's a good place maybe to stop. We'll go to the next place. And thank you so much. And I'm very excited, inshallah, for the next sessions. Just maybe for 20, 30 seconds, if it's okay, we can... if anything tonight, because one of the things about self-knowledge is that we're asleep. One day, if a hook got you, if you got interested, curious about finding yourself, and on 20, 30 seconds inside, make a decision with yourself to take this a little bit more seriously, or if that's not even you're bothered for that, tell God. Alone in your beautiful heart, talk to your beautiful God who loves you so much and tell God, please help me find myself. I'm that special. I'm that loved. Help me show myself to me. Help me find myself. 10, 20 seconds, it's an invitation. If you feel like it, make this prayer inside, talk to God, and inshallah, we'll go for the next section.